Hey guys, so I think there's a lot of topics in society that kind of get swept up by consensus, and everyone kind of just goes along that one path as to, the answer, the opinion. Privacy is one of those. So you assume the right to privacy is kind of like one of those, no-brainers. Everyone wants privacy. No one wants to be, watched constantly. No one wants to be surveilled. It's a pretty obvious one. And so with cases like Apple and FBI, it's obvious. But so if you look at why privacy is such a big issue, it's because we all have smartphones, we all use the internet constantly, and, the government's recording everything with the Snowden leaks, and corporations are recording everything themselves. And again, the general consensus there is that, well, the government shouldn't be recording us secretly, and we should use encryption so that companies can't be stealing our data and selling it off to the highest bidder. Wasn't the whole point of the Snowden leaks to show that it was a secret mass surveillance government program? And so what's to say it's still going elsewhere or in other countries? Who knows? And so surveillance and recording your data is one of those things that's already out of the bag. It's not going to be put back. People aren't going to stop doing it. Governments aren't going to stop recording. Corporations aren't going to stop recording. It's already done. It's already happening. There's more data. So you can be certain that as of today, companies like Facebook and Google know more about you than you know about yourself, than your mum knows about yourself. And so that's a worrying trend. So extrapolate that out further and see where it goes. So in 2016, it's likely that Google and Facebook and companies like that are using your data to basically, target advertising to sell goods or to change the feed algorithm to give you better content. Good, yeah. And so my concern isn't the whole location tracking and knowing what you've done and stuff like that. It's more imagine 10 years from now, they can actually manipulate your behaviors, your opinions, your deeply held ideologies. It'd be really no different to targeted advertising trying to sell you something, but instead it might convert you from, say, Christian to atheist or Christian to Jewish or conservative to liberal. And since everything is already feeds, Google is a customized, personalized feed, Facebook's a feed, Reddit's a feed, Hacker News is a feed, it's all feeds, Twitter feeds. Every piece of content, every feed is different. So as an example, Facebook, imagine they have 20 years of data on you, and suddenly you start seeing Trump supported content in the feed, but you don't know it, you won't notice it. There's actually a study I'll link on Facebook where they used Google search results, customized the search results with presidential campaigns, and they found they could actually positively influence or negatively influence people's opinions. And so the conclusion was that today Google could actually influence 25% of the world's elections just by manipulating their search results, and no one would ever be able to prove that it happened or notice it happens. Okay, so just building the case here. So 1, data recording and mass surveillance will never ever stop. 2, they've already shown that you can manipulate people's opinions through feeds. And 3, they already have the technology. So at this point everyone goes to the idea of we just need laws and regulations to stop governments from surveilling us, and we just need encryption and we need companies to support that. Or FBI can break encryption, so who cares? My solution is incredibly counterintuitive, but I think it makes a lot of sense, but no one seems to follow it, so let's discuss it. So honestly, I think the key to avoiding this whole brainwashing doomsday scenario in the future, it might happen doomsday or whatever, is you just need to know more data about yourself than the companies and governments. So hear me out, we should be recording as much data as possible, 24/7 data about ourselves, and keeping it safe in our own kind of storage facility, encrypting it and just holding onto it. So Google and Facebook and the government right now know way more than you do about yourself. But imagine if you had 10 years of everything you've ever said, everything you've ever seen, everything you've ever consumed, everything you've ever done. So then 5-10 years from now, you feed all that data, terabytes and terabytes of data into your own machine learning algorithms that find insights and basically boil yourself down to an equation. So then essentially, just like Facebook and Google have an algorithm of you, so they know exactly how, what makes you tick and what your behaviors are, you would have an algorithm that's far more advanced and more complex than theirs. And with that, not only do you also get a massive insights, think Fitbit level, but for the brain, for the cognitive level, insights into yourself and how to improve yourself, but you can then use that same algorithm to create a personal firewall that protects in a passive way against any type of manipulations, behavioral manipulations, mind manipulations. And so while the rest of the world are being manipulated and unwittingly coerced into voting for Kanye 2020, your personal firewall will protect against that and protect you. Oops, apparently I'm not finished. So what that means is that we basically need to record everything in order to prevent all these privacy concerns, which is very counterintuitive, but it's the only way I see. I mean, ultimately I see it's moving towards a world where everyone's recording and streaming and uploading 24/7 data about their lives. In that world, privacy is not an issue. If you're not sharing, you're ostracized by society. And I actually want humans to be sharing 24/7 data because I see that as kind of the way to develop this superhuman hive mind, AI, artificial intelligence, where every human is a neuron in this global brain.